If you've been with us for the last 30 minutes, we've been talking about the shooting in downtown Atlanta that happened earlier this afternoon, just after 2 o'clock. What we know right now, the headline for you, 4 people have been shot. They are all, they were taken away alert, conscious, and breathing. One of those people, police tell us, was this suspect. We don't have an identity on that suspect yet. We don't know the motivation for this shooting. What we do know, it happened in the middle of the day. A lot of people out and about, coming back to work after lunch, a lot of people just trying to go about their day. What has happened now, a major intersection of downtown Atlanta, John Portman Boulevard and Peachtree Street, a couple of blocks of that now all cordoned off, taped off. A lot of businesses cannot reopen because police are trying to investigate right now. A lot of employees told, hold on, or maybe eventually they'll be told to go home because the business will not reopen, because those business managers want to make sure everyone in that area is safe. And again, Blair, as you mentioned, we don't know if there was more than one shooter in this situation. We don't know the circumstances surrounding this. And that's, of course, what investigators and police are trying to do right now. We hope to hear at any moment from Atlanta Police Chief Schierbaum very soon. We know that Atlanta Mayor Andre Dickens is meeting with him. No doubt they are discussing this, trying to reassure the public that everything is safe, everything has been contained, the suspect is in custody, that we will be okay.
Sometimes the best perspective is from people there on the ground, not just our reporters, but people who witnessed all this. We heard from a woman here just a few minutes ago who laid out what she heard. And our photographer, I believe, is on the scene right now, listening, interviewing someone. Let's listen in.
As much help and security as they can out here. And right now, like, those are the helicopters. We can really just wait at this point to see, when the full dispatch is.
That's all the questions I have.
Thank you. Good. Okay. It's Liliana Silva, so Liliana Silva.
It sounds like the tail end of that interview is wrapping up, but one thing she said that struck me at first, she was talking about her sense of security. We heard that from someone else earlier, talking about their sense of security when something like this happens in our city. 4 people shot. It sounds like all of them will survive, but what led up to this happening right in the heart of downtown? If you are just joining us here at 3:30, this unfolding in the last hour or an hour and a half. 4 people shot there on John Portman Boulevard by Peachtree Street. And now police are all over this area. A couple of blocks are taped off with that police tape, as you can see on the side there, and law enforcement now asking questions. We've been told by Bridget Spencer that Atlanta police are planning to update us here pretty soon about what has happened, but it sounds like they're pretty much trying to piece things together as well. One of those